ability in China is being, a bit like sort of perhaps gymnastics. They're sort of they're taken perhaps out of this. Well, they're allowed to perhaps take snooker as a class.
Yeah.
Perhaps they're getting some. I don't exactly know how it works, but I get the feeling that anybody who's showing ability is being helped.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, you're on your own. Any young kid he needs help from his parents or whatever. So there's nowhere in England that's doing that at school level. So.
But you said you don't really are into coaching or something like that.
Well, coaching's a very strange thing because to some degree, coaching's about keeping people's enthusiasm. I'm not so sure there's a right and wrong way to play. Everybody has their own style, really, within a certain parameter. So I'm not sure. Coaches can sometimes hurt players. Coaches can ruin players as well as they can help. So you have to be very careful. And if you have a sort of national coaching scheme of anything, there will be people in it that are not, shouldn't really be in it. Then you will have other people that should be, and it's not easy. And sometimes it becomes who you know and not what you know. So this is a problem for all coaching, whether it be tennis, golf. At a top class level, sometimes you get the wrong people in the best jobs. So I don't know. But as a professional player, I can help certain good players to improve. I may not be able to help somebody who was rubbish, because perhaps they're always going to be rubbish anyway.
How do you see yourself as a coach? Of course, you're still playing as a top professional.
I have no coaching aspirations, but I just thought it would be a nice thing to do tomorrow, to come over and if there's any snooker fans, to perhaps, and if they had any questions, that perhaps I could help them. And it's actually, like most players, I wrote a book years and years ago on how to play, and I think it was okay, but it wasn't that great, and I could do a better job. But since the internet has come along, I decided that perhaps it would be better to write a sort of blog. So I sort of got a MySpace page up, but nobody can find it at the moment, so it's quite good. Nobody actually asked me any questions, but I've written sort of 2 articles on there. So I think this might be a better way to go now.
So do you feel like you're giving back to the community of snooker that way? Do you feel that it gives you something,
Sometimes it's good to talk about technique and that, because it reinforces it yourself. It can actually help you to do that. And Terry Griffiths enjoyed coaching for that reason. But I just thought it would be a nice thing to do over here as a sort of, because this evening it's going to be over like that, and then if I fly out the next morning, I've been in Finland for one day, and I thought it might be fun just to do. So I've not done it before, so I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully we'll enjoy it.
I would like to ask about the final of '85.
Alright, it's 25 years ago nearly. So
you remember that one?
I don't remember much about it. So the World Championship is the last event of the season. It always has been. So I lost that final and had to wait throughout the whole of the summer to jump back on the bicycle until the next tournament. So I had a long time to suffer until I could get rid of the ghosts and the demons. So I remember it was a bad summer. Mentally a bad, because everybody was talking about it, so it was a bad summer. But as soon as the next season started, that more or less was forgotten. I just got back on and played the game. Now I look at the World Championship final, and once again I think it's a best of 35 match, but it's now effectively a shorter match. The frames are over like that. The frames are over in 15, 20 minutes. They're not quicker, so I think there is a little bit more luck in the game. In one way, because the players are better, small differences can matter a lot more. So if one player just gets one little bit of luck, even in a best of 17 match, it can destroy the other guy. Whereas perhaps in the 80s, this one piece of luck was not so important. So now I look at the final and think it's even the best player's not guaranteed to win. So there's a bit more luck involved in the game.
You took a shot at the pool playing. How do you feel that it infected your way of playing snooker or the mentality of playing snooker?
I didn't take a shot at playing pool. What happened was, I can understand how you would think this, but
well, we see, of course, what we see is the Europe versus America. You know.
What happened was. The only tournaments I ever played in were the ones that were organised by Barry Hearn through Matchroom Sports that were shown on Sky, and I don't know what they were shown on over here. So when the UK started to show pool, they needed some snooker players to get people to watch. So myself and Jimmy White were the two that we used. Me because it was my management.
Maybe Mark Williams also. 2002.
Once he played. So I played in it, enjoyed it for fun. No pressure, just fun. Yeah. And the Moscone Cup was fun. I never practiced the game. All I did was turn up to play in the games. And I played some very good players and enjoyed it and watched the likes of Efren Reyes and Earl Strickland. I thought, what great players they are. Appreciated their abilities. Tried to do as well as I could do, but never had any aspirations to play any more than. So what's happened in the last 2 or 3 years? The snooker events have clashed with the pool events, so I cannot play in them.
Yeah.
But if I could, I would only play in them for fun, not to try and improve, because I could never compete. I think the game of snooker's changed. You have to be more aggressive anyway. So I think as a player now, you have to play more attacking, even if you don't want to. So I don't think I've changed as a snooker player, other than changing how I've played against the new breed of player. But playing pool, I don't really think it's any different. Under pressure, you've got to get the ball in the pocket, under pressure, with the crowd and the television cameras watching. I actually felt it was good practice for snooker events, because it's still balls and cues under pressure. So I don't think it's not a different way of playing. You get down to play the shot, and it's a ball, another ball, and a pocket. Yes, there's different angles and different, the reaction, yes, and the different positional play as well, yes. It made me appreciate the difference between pool and snooker. It made me appreciate how good the pool players were, because it's easy to say, pool's an easy game.
Yeah.
But when you see, when Nick Ribbon winning the World Championship, when you see Efren Reyes control the cue ball and never make a mistake, positional play, you think, yeah, he's good. If he'd have grown up in the UK, he'd have been a snooker champion.
Indeed.
In fact, he went down a different road, but he'd still be a champion. Champion's a champion. If I'd have been born in America, I would hope to have been a pool champion. There may be fractional differences. There may be some qualities that lend themselves better to snooker or pool. And straight hitting is very important at snooker, and touch is very important. Good touch is very important at 9-ball. But you still have to hit the ball straight at both games. So. But it is fascinating. I'm pleased I played, because I do think it would have been easy, because a lot of people think, pool's it's pockets that anybody can play. They don't understand. So I'm pleased, because I know full well that's not the case.
Thank you.